Tales from the Social Club podcast, and Aaron is with us. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, all you lovely listeners.
Lovely drinking listeners, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe not if you're driving. Yes, we are back for another episode, and we have got Steve Austin's Broken Skull beer that we found and ordered, and it's been sat in the fridge waiting to be put on a podcast.
Basically, yeah.
So I am going to go for the Double IPA, the Broken Skull Double IPA, 8%, and that's Steve Austin's via El Segundo Brewing Company. And which one have you got?
I've just got it's the regular Broken Skull IPA, again by El Segundo. So as opposed to a dark black can, you've got like a white can on this one with the barbed wire all around it. Yeah, and this one is 6.7 alcohol. It's one US pint can, but I don't know what that is in proper money. It's slightly less than our pint, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bigger than a 440 over here, though, isn't it?
I think it's hang on, it is 473.
Okay, so we're both right.
Yeah.
Lucky guesses.
Hey, first time for everything.
Yeah.
So we got these. They're basically like only really available in the US.
Yeah.
I think he did like a limited run of them with El Segundo. And he also did a lager as well. We just went for the IPAs because...
Was that called an American lager or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, that does ring a bell. Yeah, we just went for the IPAs because they were quite expensive, to be honest, because you have to import them, or a company was importing them, and we obviously just bought them from them. Can't remember where they were from now.
No.
Where the shop was that had brought them over.
I think you did send me a screenshot of them, but I don't recall who they were, which is handy for the listener. But they're probably sold out anyway. And if you do really want to know, we can post that on social media so that people can find out.
Yeah, they've El Segundo. So it's brewed and canned for mine at least. Yours might be different, but mine at least is brewed and canned for El Segundo Brewing by Two Roads Brewing Company, which is based in Stratford, Connecticut.
Yep, mine's the
same.
So
really has been round the houses a little bit. The little bit of spiel on there is the Broken Skull India Pale Ale, a badass 6.7% IPA designed by Steve Austin and El Segundo Brewing Company for the working man and woman. It features Citra, Cascade, and Chinook hops to deliver big flavour with an easy finish. Now stop reading and start enjoying this awesome beer. Cheers. I imagine you've got something very similar on there.
On mine, I have got what you're holding in your fist is a little treat me and the guys down at El Segundo Brewing Company put together for you. It's a double dose of what you love, because why not? You'll deserve it. Cheers. And you've got...
Still trying to get that.
Felt like I should have said that in the Steve Austin voice, but yeah, I'll save the listener.
Yeah. Good job. This might be going up on YouTube or anything as well, because or else I'll just pretend that you'd shaved your beard into a goatee and
bald,
sat there in your leather vest. Like, yeah. I mean, it is quite strong. It's obviously 6.7, but it tastes quite strong. So I can only imagine what yours is like.
Mine does taste quite strong, but not as sort of alcohol forward and punchy as some dippers that I've had recently.
Right, okay.
It is quite fruity, quite grapefruit, I would say. Quite.
Yeah.
Quite a heavy grapefruit with some bitterness and some pine, and the American IPAs that you would expect to be tasting. And then there's a bit of citrusiness at the back. It's plenty juicy. I mean, you can feel and taste that it's an 8% as you go along, but it's not like, oh, there's loads of really high alcohol in
Yeah.
that. It's not a punch in the face. What about yours? Does it taste similar to that, or is it slightly different?
I'd say it's probably quite similar. It's not overly like some of the uh, the IPAs that you get tend to be quite like overly hoppy a little bit. I say that
Yeah,
like I don't like an overly hoppy beer, but because I do quite like it. Whereas this one isn't so much that it has got like a bit of strength to it, I guess, in that sort of flavor. But it is quite clean, I guess would be the word I'd use.
yeah, yeah,
Like not uh overly complex or anything. There's a little bit of that pininess to it as well, which I think you kind of do get with the hops. But yeah, that's probably where I would land on it, I think.
I think it's a bit of a distinctive American IPA style, pretty much.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they
That
tend
probably
to be
sums it up.
they tend to be more citrus and pine and grapefruity, don't they? That juicy type.
Yeah.
Whereas, maybe your more traditional ones that we might be more accessible over here, um, might have a slightly different hop profile, maybe.
Yeah, it's always that as well, because I think over here we tend to get a little bit more of the New England style ones, and this is a bit more of the West Coast style one.
Yeah, that's quite hazy, orangey looking. Mine is in the glass, but
Mine's a little bit clearer, but it is
hmm.
still quite orange.
Would you reckon that without having them side by side to try, it's difficult, and you're going from a 7 to an 8% back and forward, and you got effectively 2 pints. It's a big night. Um, so would you say that yours is maybe, like it says on the can, that it's
Mm-hmm.
for the everyday working person? Um, is it catered for that? So it's not like it says it's an IPA, but is it really? Do you know what I mean?
I can sort of see what you mean, but then I guess it's the how many 6.7% beers is the working man putting away on unless it's a weekend, we're not,
Yeah,
there is that kind of thing of like, I don't know. It feels like odd that I guess it's not overly like not overly one for the beer connoisseur, I guess. So I guess that's kind of where it could fit in. But yeah, it's a bold statement to have that on a, you're not going to whack a 4 pack of them away on a Tuesday night, are you?
no, not unless you've just been laid off or something.
Yeah.
Well, the wife's just left. So, what are we saying about the can art? Are we saying that it's as you would expect something endorsed by Steve Austin to look like, that is definitely going to entice you, and in no way did we buy it solely on the way it looked in the can. That's exactly why we bought it.
Yeah,
Let's
basically,
face
I was
it.
going to say, yeah. My review on the can art is it's pretty good actually because that's what drew me in.
Yeah,
It's the
definitely.
getting a lot of but yeah,
That can's better than the double IPA
I
can.
think so. Yeah, I think the contrast of the dark label with the white can and
Yeah,
the barbed wire stands out a bit more,
yeah.
and also the price that they cost to import them. I'm not going to be getting to and smashing them over my head like Steve Austin.
No, and we'll insert Steve Austin probably there. Um, yeah, I mean, overall, then, what are your thoughts on that one?
Very nice. I'm glad that we made the effort to get them. If I, it's probably one of them that if I see it again, or if I'm in a beer shop or something and I see it again, and it's going to be around that price, sort of, do a fair few quid for the cans. I might not necessarily jump at it, it's nice to have it as a novelty and to say you've had it.
Yep.
If it was, and again, if it was sort of at the kind of price point that you saw a IPA that you would get over here, right, a British brewed one, then yeah, would probably buy it. Or if I was in the States and I saw it over there, yeah, I would buy it because it's going to be a relatively reasonable price.
Yeah.
But otherwise, probably not. Probably go for something else.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same on that. I'm not disappointed at all that we paid the money we did and had to, and we've waited so long. They're lucky to have lasted in the fridge for as long as they have, because we've had quite a while between recording and tasting, haven't we? So I'm not disappointed at all. It does what it says on the tin. It's pretty nice. Some good can art and cans to keep hold of. Like I say, if the local bottle shop got, for some reason, a stock of them in and they were, fairly reasonable, I might go and try it again. But just because of the accessibility and cost, I can't. I think there'd be something else that we'd want to try for the first time rather than go back for this, if that makes sense.
Yeah, seems likely.